Вітаю тебе з поверненням! Це автор Worlds 2. Продовжуємо його проходження. Не, трощимо, лупимо все, що можна. Що мені тут інвестигейт треба? Це зарахували як інвестигейт? І все? Чи не все? Так, це все. Музика з Fallout, це надзвичайно дивно в цьому. Я такого не чекав, чесно кажучи. Що я шукаю? Я не знаю. Тут взагалі хтось живе? Здоров, ти хто? Ти не інтерактабл, діалогів з тобою нема. А ліхтарик є в цій грі? Є. О, тут є ці швидкі кніпки. Прикольно. Здоров, це твоя хата? Чистота, чуваки сидять собі.
Juliana. Even though I now rank among the Protectorate's foes, I hoped you would return to me. Every night I would sneak out of Fairfield, despite the danger, desperate to find you. Hoping you would see fit to join wife. Yet no one has heard from you since you went to the Skycutter facility. Not in 2 weeks. I can only assume the worst. I don't think I can stay in this town any longer. Perhaps if I return to suffer the Protectorate's justice, I shall at least learn what became of you. And if you are gone, I hope I shall be executed. Then at least we shall be together.
Не можу вибити лампочку.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Just tarot expert.
Прикольно. Що ти глючиш? Квести виконуються, значить я роблю щось правильно. Хлопці, закривайте двері за собою. О. Це не тому, що я хакінг вкачав, це тому що... А тут у мене механік. Інженерінг 3, немає. Можна розкачатись назад? Можна. Я краду все, що крадеться. Чуваки мене палять. Ну, наче я зараз у відкритому світі, так? І не лагає. І ще не вилітало. П-п-п. Де стукать по дереву. Не знаю, хто вигадав грати ось так. Якийсь мас-ефект. Принаймні воно так відчувається. Ну, тут в кожній хаті був, хіба ні? З того боку я не був у кожній хаті. Ну, власне. Ох, таємна кімната, ніфіга собі. Мешу як в Fallout. Я занадто ленивий, щоб читати, і в принципі по цьому по лору. Ти зайди або вийди, чуєш? Задовбав.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me. though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientician. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? How can you be so even-tempered about this? I know you didn't know her like I did. Like I thought I did, but she betrayed us. She killed our friends, Commander. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy. We all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us. It's embarrassing now. How much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangulum. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers. Ain't cynical if it turns out true. DeVries was willing to sacrifice us. I have to know what for. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks. Done some good too. Even I can admit that not everyone following the plan is a fanatic. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue. That's different. Everything we've done so far has been for the mission, to save everyone. Can't imagine a sweeter dream than putting DeVries in the ground. Right after we get answers, of course. Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly like.
Попитати людей навколо, мої неулюблені місії. Попитати людей. Ха. Принаймні, головного героя тут нескінченна наснага і можна стрибати як навіжений. Навіть по чиємусь городові.
Let's keep your lamps lit for wildlife.
Hostile wildlife. Familial classification of Raptidon. Detected.
Let me know when you
Вони можуть бути невидимими, what the hell? Приколіст стелсує.
Might I have a word, Commander? I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. But void it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-protectorate, a good man. Tracked in the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit? Brief one, of course. Oh, legs bother me a bit, but no more than usual. Anyway, that's not the reason I'm asking the visit. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe.
Окей, інженеринг 1, погнали.
Much as I might love to jaw about that special interest of mine, this business with Zeb's gotta come first. Likely not. We didn't exactly leave off in a good way. Traded some hard words over promises I made and ought not have. After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action. Resistance is a mite strong. Wasn't like he was part of some greater movement. He avoided speaking out of line, but he was already spinning up discontent by the time we met. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's arbiters and sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Arcadia was still caught under the Protectorate's boot. Yeah, maybe. Easier to say that on the other side of winning, though, ain't it? Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him. Till recent. Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts, but never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there.
Ти мені це зараз закріпив як головне завдання? Окей. 600. Ну це ближче. Давай сходимо на це завдання. А вже потім зганяємо трендіти з друзями. Така дивна планета. Що за чіпси?
We're closed.
Я вас пограбую. Це якась церква? Ти воду кипятиш.
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Obviously, as the result of the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. I don't know. I'm no scientician. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
The anguish she always seemed to battle with, I fear it may have finally overwhelmed her. And could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action. No. But even not knowing the details, I could see it troubled her. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded
Там
the
можна на
island.
1, 2, 3 вибирати варіанти
I'm
діалогу.
afraid she's going to do something terrible. But I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much, at least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it. He's an archivist from the Order. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. Then they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them. Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse. We became friends when she... well, she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that, too.
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me. Yes, and I am ashamed to admit it. Though if she hadn't wanted me to, she wouldn't have told me the code. Same one she used for everything. 15-778.
That is Agent DeVries' identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty. I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her. That's all I can ask.
Окей, навіть цей нічого не сказав. А, ми йдемо її вбивати, якого дідька. Так, а тепер глянемо, що ближче. Думаю, оце ближче. Давай сходимо до твого дружбана наостанок. Так, погнали, режим кумедної біганини. Let's go! Ну воно графічно виглядає як той же Avowed, але я не знаю, чому воно не цей. Якщо я... не, 5. Я можу вбитись? Я можу вбитись. Skyrim момент. Ух. Це ж хрупнуло. Давлять місячного чувачка. Тут дороги немає, мені це не подобається. Що за розлом? What the hell?
Riffs like this have been popping up all over the place, surprisingly. They're harmless. So long as you keep your distance.
Капець. Розлом в часі і просторі. Тут, напевно, немає входу, це сумно. Окей, здорово. Це капець незручно. Я, чесно кажучи, не помічаю тут дороги від слова зовсім. Це гніздо? Це таке дерево. Ау! Серйозно? Так, це летальна висота? Нормальна висота.
These anti-soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak our way in.
Я ризикну.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Ха-ха-ха! Дякую.
Health benefits available at your request.
let me know when you needed a stretch.
Молодець. Оу. Така весела палиця. Там стріляють по нам, нормально? Це бос? Ух, яка палиця класна. Свої.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal. Nobody around.
Where were we? Where's my boy damn copy?
Ain't nothing there.
Issuing
Commander. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Standing by with life support.
У нас закінчуються набої, це погано. В кого ж може бути ключ-карта?
Place is in shambles. What happened here?
Якби я знав, я б тобі сказав.
I've counted at least 6 horrendous death screams since you arrived. You must be affected as well. You there? Oh, you're
Що ти хочеш?
affected too. Could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being, unhindered by bloodlust, unshackled from their basal ganglia. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, under Outbreak Provision 5A, I hereby press you into service to aid me in our present crisis. I, Omid Ormsby, Product Envisioner, Department of Proprietary Methodology and Audacious Advances, am your interim supervisor. because I've squirreled myself away inside our test chamber for safekeeping? Well, I assure you my position as lead visionary of this innovative lab persists regardless. But back to the exciting news about this incredible new opportunity. You working for me, as an aide-de-camp of sorts, on a brief yet no doubt exhilarating assignment. Whole thing was ghastly. One of my assistants and I heard a loud noise. He left to investigate while I continued working on our experiment. When he failed to return, I peeked outside and saw the others run in, bloody, gibbering, hunting for targets. They'd clearly been exposed to some virulent new form of experimental agent. I ran back and locked myself in this test chamber to avoid contamination. Our lab's focus is the utilization of local flora and fauna in development of commercial products and proprietary methods. A local spore sample interacted with a wonderfully preservative-rich diet of Auntie's choice personnel, inadvertently leading to a chance reaction causing profound irritability. To a somewhat homicidal degree, it would seem to appear. By that measure, our work here could be considered a moderate success. Oh, well, do hurry back.
Добре, повернемось до цього дядька в наступній серії, якщо я до того часу за нього не забуду, бо зараз мені мають вимикати світло, тому я роблю F5. Дякую, що дивились. Побачимось в інших місцях інтернетів. Тьомки-бомки, бувайте!